So a bit of a warm up to get us going. Feet are in a little parallel position. We're taking arm swings, starting low and then medium and then high. And then we're going to take a full circle of the arms all the way around. And then we're going to repeat to the sides, getting low to medium, all the way up to the top, and a little gallop with our circle to the side. We repeat to the front, and then our big circle, and we repeat to the side, and then our big circle round. We're then going to take our slow toes rolling through. Then we're going to go a little bit quicker, and then we take plie, stretch, rise, plie, stretch, rise, with a little balance at the end. So, here we go. So, starting low, then medium, up to the top, full circle, side, nice soft knees, big circle. Through our toes, 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. Quicker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We're going to take plie, stretch, and a rise, and a lower. Last time, plie, and a stretch, rise and balance. And just relaxing there. Great. Okay. So, on to our plies exercise now. We're taking our 4 demi-plies. So we've got 1 with a breathe, lifting the arm to second, all the way up to our 5th. We rise, lower the heels, and then go into our full plie. We've got our 2 tendus, taking our feet to second. 4 demi-plies, arms coming up. Rise to lengthen and grow taller, into the full plie. 2 tendus closing behind and then in front. Repeat in our 3rd or our 5th position, into the full plie. And then we come back to our 1st position. So that's 2 tendus closing in first. We've got a sideways port de bras towards the bar, and then away, forwards port de bras. Now, as you take that forward port de bras, watch that the legs don't slightly go away from each other. We want to be squeezing those legs together, nice and tight. So we've got that nice forward bend. We dégage the inside leg, and then we're taking a little back bend into a rise and a balance at the end. So when you take your demi-plies, think of the ankle relaxing at the front and the calf stretching. As we draw the legs together, we're zipping up all the way up towards the center of the body. So it's a relax of the ankles and then a squeeze of the legs in each position. Obviously, the closed positions are going to give you more of a stretch, but the open position, so second position, you can really relax into that one a little bit more. Okay, here we go. Really drawing those legs together as we stretch. And we really squeeze, lengthen into our right. Lowering the heels, then full plie. Keep growing tall, lift the back nice and straight. Our 2 tendus. And lower. So nice strong feet for the rise. Lift using the arches of the feet. Lower through the feet and then full plie. then lower into that full plie. Pushing the heels into the floor before we stretch the legs. Now, take your fifth position, lengthen the waist, then side bend. Grow taller in the center, and then flowing over to the other side. Arms through first. So engage the inner thigh, squeeze those legs together. And then dégagé, inside leg, back bend. We're going to take our rise and balance. Arms are coming to first. Now think about that tailbone. Squeeze the bottoms, drop that tailbone down towards the floor. Lift up tall with the torso. And then we relax. Great. And then let's try that on the other side. Okay, it's going to give even more stretch to these legs. Also make sure we've done things on both sides. So think about the relax and the squeeze. Tondus, working those feet along the floor. So in this second position, make sure we're thinking about that sideways movement. Knees are going out over the toes. Lengthen as we lift to fifth, and then side bend. Give yourself space between the ribs and the hips before we take the side bend. Engage those inner thighs, squeeze those legs towards the center. Inside leg. Rising, arms to first. Think about our shoulders this time, so we're open across the front of the chest. Shoulders are relaxed. Open the arms, and then release to lower. Beautiful. Okay, Batman Tondus. So we're using this exercise as a really good way to warm up these feet, because it is quite quick. We take 4 slower tondus to the front and then 4 quicker ones to the side, but they're not particularly slow. So it's going to go 1 and 2, 3, 4. To the side, we're going to go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We're then going to peel this foot off the floor, point to the side of the ankle and lower at the back. We then repeat in reverse. 1 and in, 2 and in, 3 and in, 4 and in, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Peel that foot off the floor and then lower back down. So we're going to focus on that peeling action of the foot. So when we pick it up, we start with the heel. We work through the arch, through the ball of the foot to the toes, and then as it goes down, we reverse. So the toes go through the demi point and then back down, and same in reverse, peeling off through that foot, push into the floor with the toes, and then in reverse, toes go down, we're pushing down into the floor, rolling through that foot. That same action will occur as we go into these ones, sliding along the floor. So really think about using those toe joints as we go out and in, same to the front, and again, same at the back. So think about using the ball of the foot and the toes, not just relying on the ankle. At the end, we're coming into a rise balance on one leg. There's plenty of time for that at the end, so we'll just follow along. So here we go. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Peeling and lower to the back. To the side. Feel the foot. Starting again. 4 to the side. Feeling up and down to the back. To the side. Heel and lower. So we're going to rise. Draw both feet together. And then peel that front foot off, release side of the ankle. And then if we're ready, we can take our little balance. Really squeeze all the muscles in that leg. Balance. And then lower. Great. Okay, on the other side. So this is really hopefully getting that foot moving, getting our toes warmed up. Okay, I think we're ready. To the front. So pushing down onto the floor. Heeling and lowering. From the beginning. All the way there to the back. Ready, rise onto both feet. Get that weight towards the front. Release that front foot, side of the ankle. And then when we're ready, release the hand. Whoop, and lower. Okay, good. So we're going to do an adagi, well actually it's a fondues exercise today. We're going to use this music. I like that bit of music. So we start with an arm through first and dégagé to second. We're going to take fondu, bring the arm down to bras, stretch, bringing the foot to the front. So we're dégagé at the front, arm in first. We then come into a fondu again and open out to second. We're going to take a rond de jambe all the way round. So to the back, forward through first, dégagé devant, and open to second. We close that foot in behind on a demi-plie. We take our port de bras, and as we stretch the legs, we go back into our dégagé again. We repeat to the back. So it's fondu, arm to bras, and stretch, fondu, and stretch, rond de jambe round, 2, 3, 4, close in on a demi-plie, and back into our dégagé. We then repeat, but this time instead of the toe coming to the floor, it's going to be fondu and just off the floor. So that's going to make sure that our weight is on our supporting leg. We're not letting it drop forwards. We come in, we take that to the side. Now for the rond de jambe, we are going to lower to the floor. Take the rond de jambe all the way around, come in on our demi-plie and into our dégagé. We repeat at the back. So it's fondu and stretch, toe is just off the floor. Fondu and stretch. Lower, this time we come to the front. Rond de jambe all the way around. We're going to close on a demi-plie and we're going to hold it there. We take a développé up the front. So we come up to retire. We then, as we unfold, lift the arm up to fifth. We're then going to brush this foot through to the back. Arm is coming down to first into an arabesque. And unlike before, that is going to be on a straight leg, not a fondue. So we're on a straight leg for that arabesque. We open and close. We repeat to the back. So retire, arm first. Développé, arm comes up to fifth. We brush through. This time we're going to take the arm up the side to an open fourth or open fifth. And then we just close at the end. So it's fondue and rond de jambe to start. Développé for the second half. Okay, let's see how we get on. So just following along. It's quite steady, so there's plenty of time to think about what we're doing. Fondue, stretch. Fondue, stretch. Rond de jambe. Close on a demi-plie. And to the back. And our rond de jambe. Close, demi-plie, stretch. This time we're coming off the floor. Lower the toe into the rond de jambe. Close, demi-plie. And to the back. Rond de jambe round to the front. Close, demi-plie, stretch. We lift up. Unfold. Rush through. Lift. Open. Close. To the back. Lifting. Unfold. Rush through. And lower the toe. And lower the arms. Okay, let's give that a try on the other side. Do remember this is the first time we've done it, so if you are just finding that we get a little bit lost, don't worry. It is only the first time we've done it. We are going to do it a good few more times after this. So, leg in second. So, all these are going to the floor. Circling the leg around. Close demi-plie. Stretch. At the back. Circling the leg. Close demi-plie. This time we're coming off the floor. So it's hovering. And just off the floor. Lower into the rond de jambe. Close demi-plie. Stretch. Fondue. Off the floor. Lower the toe, circling round. Into demi-plie. Stretch. We take our retire, so lifting up. Unfold the leg. Rush through. Reverse. And close. To the back, lifting to our retire. Foot is at the back. Développé, arm comes up. Rushing through, then lift the arm. Lower. And we close. Good. Okay, so we'll leave that one there. We'll come back to it another time. So let's take our grand battements exercise now before we come into the center. So we've got 4 grand battements in each position. Each one is getting higher. So we start at the front, then to the side, then to the back. So we finish that little section with the foot at the back. We then do a relevé passé, so the foot is coming from the back to the front into a little balance. And then we've got our 2 de tournées. So from our demi-plie, we snatch up onto the demi-points and turn into a demi-plie, snatch up onto demi-points, demi-plie and stretch. We repeat from the 4 grand battements in each position. So each one gets a little bit higher. So we're just being nice and loose in the hip. When we go to the side, we're going to alternate the closing. 1, 2, 3, wait a minute. No, we want to finish at the back. So the first one has got to close in front, then behind, in front, and then behind. 4 to the back. Then we take our releve passe. There's a little pause there before we take our little détournés to each side. If you don't like the détourné, leave it out and just do 2 relevés into 5th position on demi-point instead. Right, here we go. So each one gets a little bit higher. Then the side, close in front. Finish at the back. Each one's getting a little bit higher each time. Here's our releve balance. 2 turns. From the beginning. Nice and loose in this hip joint. Close in front, then behind, to the back. Ready, releve passe balance. 2 turns. Let's take a releve into 5th, both arms up. Holding it there to balance. Relaxed shoulders, squeeze the inner thighs. And then opening the arms. Roll down through the feet, demi-plie, relax. Great, so let's try that on the other side. Closing in front, then behind. Here we releve, hold, turning, and again. Nice and tall in that releve balance. 2 turns. We'll take our releve up. Joining with the second arm when we're ready. This time let's change the arm position to second. And then back up to open 5th. And then lower on a demi-plie and stretch. Brilliant. Okay, pausing there. We will bring ourselves into the center. Center practice, like we've done some balances on one leg at the bar, we're going to do some balances on one leg in the center. The first half is just going to be on a flat foot. Second half, you've got the option of coming up onto demi-point if you want it. So we're going to take the arms through first, into third. Actually, let's start on this side so it's your right foot to start. So right foot in front, left arm in front. We lift up the front foot to retirer devant. So it goes lift and lower. Then we're going to pick up the back foot and change the arms. Lift and lower. We're going to pick up the front foot again, changing the arms. Lift. We step forward onto it to release the back foot. And then we do a pas de bourrée piqué. So pas de bourrée is behind, side, close on the demi-plie. But because we're doing pas de bourrée piqué, it means picked up. It's going to go up, up, and then close on a demi-plie. So the legs are still going behind, side, in front, but the legs, before it goes to the side, so it goes behind, pick up, step to the side, pick it up, and close in front. Doesn't have to be very high, it can be by the ankle, similar position to the one we had at the bar earlier. But it's nice and sharp, so it's going to go up, up, down. And we're really stretching those toes as much as we can. We repeat that all on this side. So it went front, foot, and back, foot, front foot steps forward to release the back foot, pas de piqué, up, up, down. Let's give that a go with the music, and then we'll have a look at the relevés if anyone fancies them today. So arms. Let's go again. Good, okay, pausing there. So, we're not coming up onto demi-point yet, but it is a big test of our balance because we are constantly shifting our weight from one foot to the other. And because we've got this one lifted in the air, okay, it gives you some extra weight in a direction we're not necessarily expecting. So always think about that straight line down through the middle. Get your weight right through the center of your supporting leg. So as we lift up, the weight is going right down through this leg. It's not going over there onto that knee. So as we pick this foot up, we're keeping the weight on this side of the body. As it goes down, we've transferred it now over onto this leg. So it's going down the center of this one as we lift up. We're not taking the weight over there with us as we lift up the leg. It's staying on this other side of the body. Again, here we shifted slightly back over to the center of this leg, really thinking about keeping the sides of the body nice and still, and then the pas de piqué is just a little relaxed to change sides. So thinking about that same principle of having the weight right over the supporting leg, if we're doing it with a relevé, it's going to go with a little demi-plié, relevé, and down. And so the aim with that relevé is to get the hips and the shoulders right over the center of that foot. So what it's going to do, it's going to shift slightly underneath the body. And same with the front foot, it comes towards the center. We're well balanced on that leg. Okay, what we don't want is a relevé going towards the leg we're picking up. The relevé is staying on our supporting leg. So if we're doing it with the relevé, arms are here. We've gone front, and down and back, and down and front, step forward, and now PK. Now, I want your focus to be on the top of the relevé. Don't get too worried about what the feet are doing when we land, okay? Ideally, we do a beautiful relevé onto one foot, and then we come neatly back into a nice third or fifth position with both feet at the same time. But if it ends up being beautiful relevé at the top, and then a step forward and put the foot down, that's fine. If it ends up as this, with our feet slightly apart, that's fine. Focus on the balance at the top. That's the bit that we're really trying to get. Okay, so we're going up and holding at the top. So we're going to do this exercise again. First time round, we will stick to just the lift and lower. So we're staying on the flat foot. Lift, step forward, pas de piqué. Repeat on the other side. Second half, you can either keep the same, or we could have a go at our relevé. And down, and relevé, and down. Always keeping that gap between the ribs and hips nice and even, and getting our weight underneath our body on the supporting leg. So it's up to you whether you want to try those relevés or whether just lifting the leg with the flat foot is enough. I'll leave that up to you. But just think about where your weight is on that supporting leg. Here we go. So just lift and back and front, back. Pas de piqué and front. Over our supporting leg forward. With the releve if we want. Nice and tall. And piqué again. Straight up. And again, up. And up. And piqué down. Good. So, just one more thing quickly before we move on. You need to make sure that your arms are not being used to help lift you into your releve. So what we don't want is with the arms, okay? We're not going to go down and then up because it's going to put you off balance. So these arms have got to be held, okay? Use those muscles behind the shoulder blades. Keep those arms held at that height. The only bit really that's moving is sort of the elbow and slightly at the shoulder to come in, okay? And they stay at the same height. So it's here and down and here and down. Not relax, lift and down, relax, lift, okay? Because it puts you off balance. So just have a little practice. Keep those arms held where they are and use the legs to do the releve. And the other side, change the arms and then use the legs to releve. Good. Try the other side. So demi-plie, releve, keep those arms where they are. And the other side, releve. Yeah. So just making sure that the releve is always coming from the legs and the feet. And we're not using the arms to help us get up there. Okay, our little waltzy exercise is next. So we have our balances, starting with the right foot behind. We take balance 1 and a 2. We take our turn and our turn. We've got our 4 walks, remembering that we're using that little softening of the knee to help us step out a little bit further. And then we come up into our demi-point, open fist, and we're trying, if we can, to get that weight slightly further forward, so shoulders forward before we lower. We repeat, balance and a 2. We turn and we turn. We take our 4 walks, bending the supporting knee and up, weight forward and lower. Then let's look at the second half. This is slightly quicker than we might expect. It goes tendu and close. Fondu and stretch. Lift, rise, pas de bourrée into demi-plie. On the other side, tendu front and close. Fondu and stretch. Lift, close at the back, step to the side, close in front. Then we're back into our balances. So, just a couple of little things about this section here. Tendu. There, the shoulders and hips haven't moved. They haven't changed position between our tendu front and our fondu to the back. Now, when we lift this leg at the back, we don't want to just focus on using the back of the thigh and the glute muscles to lift. We're going to now start to think about using the muscles into the back. So as we lift, you want to feel like you're being lifted up towards the ceiling. Those back muscles are helping to lift the body and lift the legs. So really engaging that upper back, lower back into that position, up into the rise and onto the other side. So we've gone tendu front and close, shoulders aren't moving, fondu and stretch, and then lift using the leg and the back. So lifting, growing taller into our pas de bourrée on this side. Then it's back to the balance phase and then our finish. So let's give it a try. Nice sweeping balance phase. Four walks. Forward, lower, and in here if we want. Don't forget you can leave the turns out if you prefer. Come up, open and lower. Tendu. Shoulders stay. Lift using the back. Into our pas de bourrée. And front. Shoulders stay. Lift using the back. Pas de bourrée. Last little bit. Balance stays. Here's your walk. And we come up. Through to finish. Brilliant. Okay. So pausing there. We are going to do a little sort of reverence before our curtsy. Let me just find the one I had yesterday. Yeah, that one. Okay, so this is our reverence. It's sort of a bit of an adage type thing, but into a curtsy at the end. So we're going to start with the left foot in front. We take a little breathe of the arms on the introduction. We're working on our balance on one leg again. So we're going to be lifting the front foot up to retire. Arms are coming to first. We're going to take a little low développé. Arms are opening to fourth. My favorite move at the minute is my brush through to a fondue. Stretch and lift. We're then going to close, taking the arms up to fifth. And then as we lower, we've got a quarter turn onto the other side. We're repeating on this leg. So we're lifting up, arms to first. Get that weight right over the center of the supporting leg. Little low développé to the front. We brush through into our fondue. Stretch and lift. Rise. Closing on the demi points at the back, quarter turn as we lower there. We're then going to take a reverse port de bras as we rise. We're going to draw the left foot across in front. We're going to take a little kourou. So release the back foot, stay on your demi points, little kourou steps all the way around to the other side as we open the arms, and then it's step into our curtsy on each side. So that went. Low développé to the front, brush through fondue and stretch, rise into fist closing behind, lower with the quarter turn. Low développé at the front, brush through into fondue, stretch and lift, close that foot at the back, quarter turn to finish, rise, arms are coming up, release the back foot, kourou, all the way around. So as you turn, you change feet. We take the back foot into our curtsy, and then we'll take the arms through fifth for the curtsy on the other side. So, still sticking with our theme of balance on one leg. Let's give this a try. So we did our little breathe. This is really nice and slow. Holding our balance, low développé. Good, brushing through into our fondue. Stretch and lift. Rising, holding at the top, keeping our balance, lower with the quarter turn. And the other side, taking our time, keeping our balance. Low, unfold at the front. Relax those ribs. Brush through, we fondue. Stretch through those back muscles for our lift. Close with the foot behind. Balance at the top, quarter turn. and we rise through. And then our 2 curtsies on the end. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, everybody.